using my Etrog as a prop for...
Your speech?
I wouldn't call it a speech. Gifts for this young man.
The parents didn't do anything?
How lame, I have to tell you that.
Yeah, tell me.
He sent an email and said, could you print this out in color? No envelope, no nothing. So, like, I didn't, yeah. But, it's weird. I've been doing this for a lot of years. It's like, usually they send something like
Who's responsible for the website?
Andrea Otto. Does it not have things up to date? What?
What happened? Spelled his name wrong.
Maybe it's possible that Stacy also. And maybe there was a glitch.
What do you do? Just call him Sheva.
Sheva.
777 instead of infinity.
All right.
I have
What?
it. We have it.
Right. Do you have everything that you need in terms of your Siddur pages, Devar Torah?
I don't have my
all your
Devar.
stuff?
Leah has it.
What? Leah has it. Okay. We're gonna do a little family meeting.
Sorry, are you getting forced? Why are you guys getting that?
What? Oh, this is crap.
Should we fix the mics?
Yeah,
I gotta give my Devar.
all right.
So well last night.
Remember I was trying to get this open and it didn't work? And then you came.
Sheva, do you want to see where the bathroom is in case you need it? Yeah, I also want to see it. I'm not going to see it right now. Especially if I can do it again. $1,000, my dad's the first person in the room.
Oh, Jen? And you guys want kiddush from the bima so people can go in and eat, or do you want to do kiddush inside?
It's up to him.
Kiddush from the Bima.
What would you like?
Want to just do it here, Sheva?
I would do it here.
Kiddush from the Bima.
Yeah, that way he knows it. He can do it.
All right.
Just don't say Zeke growing.
I'm saying Zeke Growing.
And keep hope, go downstairs, Lee. Oh, okay, great. Yes, does he need a clip? Do you have a clip for me?
I don't have a clip.
Mommy, grab him a clip. Yeah, I'm asking not to. You cannot say Molly or Mama. You cannot.
Huh? No.
No, this is such a comparison. You can sit in the second row. Or
All right. Dolev family. We're going to do a little family.
we need Abba.
Thank you.
Wait, can you get Ami, Leo? Can you go tell Ami? Yeah, do you want the kids here too, David? Yeah, everybody. Ami! We need you.
I do. All right. Talit for chef. And anyone... Any of you who are wearing talitot, you can bring with you too. I'm going to bring mine.
You're very mobile.
Huh?
You're very mobile.
It's gonna be here in a second.
Abba!
We're going into the back room.
Mommy, grab him to leave.
If there's something you could show me that I could like learn how to do, I would try to figure it out.
Yeah, no, when it's like closed and they're open, so just kind of wiggle it. Which corner towards you?
Both doors?
No, just the one while holding the button to open.
Which is the one that is the one on the right side?
Yeah.
All right. So hold the right side towards you and do the button.
And like give it a little.
All right. All right. I'll try that next time, Joe. Marcel, good morning, Shabbat Shalom, Mazel Tov.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, okay. Good morning. Boker Tov. Good morning. Good to see you.
Can I go give the Devar to you in the back? Rabbi, just ask you. Can I go give you the Devar? Yeah.
Sure.
So,
Cantor's spending a couple minutes working on the sound.
so apparently this blew out from the rain.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But Randy found me a different place to plug it in. Yeah.
Hello, hello. Yeah.
I don't have a thing to use.
Randy told me he said everything.
Clergy staff.
Hello,
Moadim Simcha, Shabbat Shalom.
I don't know what he told me. He set everything up and it wasn't set up. I don't,
Not good. I mean, I can't use this unless I'm using it on the stand.
I don't know what happened to that phone.
That also is not good.
Yeah.
Wait, you plugged it into here, right?
Yeah. I put it on phone.
It's not getting anything out of it. Plug it in here.
He's here. Somewhere. He's allowed to plug it.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello.
David, Sheva, you may take some pictures of him. Yeah?
Sure. Thank you. Because I had to go to the bathroom.
fine. By the way, all right, Chef, we're going to start. Perfect. That's amazing.
Oh, nice clips.
You look like you belong up
Thank you.
there. It really does. You look great.
That's on your sister. She went. True story. Duffy, it looks so beautiful. What? Hand lotions? Where's hand sanitizer? I don't even know where they're.
Even though it's not for another like 2 hours. Sensitive.
Shabbat shalom to everyone.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
We are incredibly excited to begin this service as Sheva becomes bar mitzvah this Shabbat. We will be welcoming all of you as you continue to come in. We're so thrilled that family and friends have come from long distances to be here with the Dolev and growing families to celebrate Sheva becoming bar mitzvah. Sheva is going to lead most of our service as we begin. We invite you to turn to your Siddur. If you're new to Beth Shalom, the prayer books are in between your armrests. They should be. Unless, no, Joe and Val are giving them out when you guys come in. Okay, that's right. My bad. So you should have gotten a blue Siddur Sim Shalom, and we're beginning the service on page 61 with Modeh Ani.
Modeh ani lefanecha, melech chai v'kayam, shehechezarta binishmati Bechemla Rabba emunatecha, ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael, va'ani berov chastecha, avavetecha, eshtachave elecha kochecha, Ve'iratecha Adonai ahavti me'on beitecha u'mikom mishkan kevodecha va'ani eshtachave v'echra evrecha lifnei Adonai osi va'ani tefilati lecha Adonai et ratzon Elohim berov chastecha Aneni be'emet she'echa.
Having thanked God for the gift of our lives, the gift of community, we now turn to page 63 and thank God for the gift of our souls. Join with Sheva as he leads us the second paragraph, Elohai Neshama.
Elohai neshama shenatata b'tehorahi. Elohai neshama shenatata b'tehorahi. Elohai neshama shenatata b'tehorahi.
We're going to invite you, if you're able to rise, to do so. For standing is difficult, please remain seated. We turn to page 65 as we continue now with Birkat HaShachar.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan l'sachvi bina le'avchin ben yom u'ben laila. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani Yisrael.
Baruch Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani ben chori.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam pokeach ivrim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam malbish arumim.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam matir asurim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam zokef kefofim.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam rokah haaretz al hamayim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asali kol tzorki.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asali kol tzorki.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam mechin mitzadei gaver.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam ozer Yisrael bigvura.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam otei Yisrael b'tifara.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hanoten laya'ef koach.
We invite you to be seated as Shefa continues through the bottom of page 65. Baruch atah
Utneinu hayom uvchol yom lechenu lechesed u'lerachamim beinecha uve'nei kol ro'enu v'tigmalenu chasidim tovim Baruch atah Adonai gomel chasadim tovim le'amo Yisrael.
Amen. Continuing page 66. Ribon kol hamim kol masim tovim. Aval anachrim chavnei britecha.
Ashreinu matov cholkenu manayim goralenu umayafa yeroshitenu Ashreinu she'anachnu maskimim u'ma'arivim erev v'boker ve'omrim palmayim bechol yom Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai
Continuing the top of page 67.
Kadesh et shimcha al magdishei shemecha, v'kadesh et shimcha be'olamecha, u'vishuatecha tarim v'tagbia karnenu, Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh et shimcha barabim.
And turn ahead with us to page 80 as we continue with the psalm that we have been saying since the beginning of Elul, which we have one more day to say, Psalm 27. LeDavid Adonai ori v'shimi mi'ira. Ashira ba'azamra l'Adonai Luhule hamati l'ros b'tuv Adonai beretz chayim kaveh el Adonai v'chazak yametz libecha v'kaveh el Adonai. We're going to turn back to page. We're going to turn, I should say, ahead to page 82. And invite any of you who are in the process of mourning or observing a yard site, please rise. And those of you who may be watching on our Zoom or live stream, join with me. Mourners Kaddish, page 82. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah. Yalma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael v'agala u'vizman kariv yimru. Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah Mevorach Le'olam Ome'amaya Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitramam V'yitnaseh V'yitadar V'yitalev V'yithalal Shemei D'Kudashah Le'elam Mikol Birchata V'shirata Tush B'chata V'nechemata D'amiram V'yamal V'yimru. Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabbah Min Shemayim V'chayim Aleinu V'yakol Yisrael V'yimru. Amen. Shalom Ramav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu V'Al Kol Yisrael V'Yimru. Amen. If you're able to rise, we turn now to page 83. We bless God as the one who creates worlds with words. Page 83.
Baruch She'amar v'haya olam Baruch Oseh Bereshit Baruch Omer ve'oseh, Baruch Gozer Mekayem, Baruch Merachem al haaretz, Baruch Merachem al habirot, Baruch Meshalem Sachar Tov L'Irayav, Baruch Chai La'ad V'Kayam La'netzach, Baruch Podeh U'Matzil, Baruch Shemo. Yachid Chayol Amim Melech Meshubach U'Mefor Adei Ad Shemo HaGadol Baruch Atah Adonai Melech Mehulal B'Tishbachot.
Amen. We invite you to be seated. Chef is going to lead us 4 lines from the bottom of page 85 of your prayer book with Romemu.
Romemu Adonai Eloheinu Ve'ishtachavu Lehar Kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu Ve'ishtachavu Lehar Kodsho. Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu Ve'ishtachavu Lehar Kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu Ve'ishtachavu Lehar Kodsho.
We're going to now continue as we turn ahead to page 96. Sheva leads us in
Ashrei Yoshvei Veitecha Od Halelucha Selah. Teila David Aromimcha Elohai HaMelech Vavarcha Shimcha Leolam Va'ed. Gadol Adonai Me'olal Me'od Velik Dulato En Cheker. Hadar Kevod Hodecha V'divrei Niflotecha Asicha. Zecher Avtivcha Yavihu V'tzitztacha Yeranenu. Tov Adonai lekol v'rachamav al kol ma'asav. Kavod malchutcha yomeru ugvuratcha yedaberu. Malchutcha malchut kol olamim u'memshaltecha bechol dor v'ador. Einei kol alecha yeshaberu ve'ata noten lahem et ochlam beito. Tzadik Adonai bechol derachav v'chasid bechol ma'asav. Retzon yerav yaseh ve'et shavetam yishma v'yoshiem. Tehillah Adonai yedaber pi v'yevarech kol basar m'shem kodsho le'olam va'ed. V'anachnu nevarech ya me'ata v'ad olam. Hallelujah.
We're going to turn ahead with us to page 100 as Sheva leads us in Psalm 150 in the middle of the page.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah, Bekodsho. Hallelujah, Birki Auzo. Hallelujah, Bigvorotav. Hallelujah, Kerov Gudlo. Hallelujah, Bete Kashofar. Hallelujah, Benevel Vechinor. Hallelujah, Betof Umacho. Hallelujah, Beminim Ve'ugav. Hallelujah, Betziotzelei Shama. Hallelujah, Betziotzelei Trua. Kol Anshama Tehalelia. Hallelujah. Kol Anshama Tehalelia. Hallelujah.
So we get ready to conclude this first part of the service, these verses of God's praise. As we remember miracles from our past, we invite you to rise as we turn now to page 102. Remember the miracle of crossing the sea to freedom, the second paragraph of the page 102.
Vayare Yisrael et hayad hagedolah asher ata asa b'Mitzrayim ve'yaru ha'am et Adonai ve'amenu b'Adonai u'Moshe avdo. Az yashir Moshe uvenei Yisrael et hashir azot zot l'Adonai ve'yomru lemor. Ashir al Adonai ki gaga Sus v'rochav rama bayam Ozi v'zimraya vayehi li lishua Ze'eli ve'anavea Elohai avi v'ru'em
Continue privately through page 103. Adonai loch le'olam va'ed, Adonai loch le'olam va'ed. Ki la'Adonai hamlucha Moshe v'Etrog la'alu Moshe b'har Tzion lishkot et har Esav, v'yital Adonai hamlucha, v'haya Adonai melech al kol ha'aretz. Vayom hahu yeh Adonai echad, u'shema echad. Please be seated. Service continues. Nishmat kol chai, the breath of all that lives. Praise you, O God. Page 104. Nishmat kol chai, tivarech baruch avasah. David barchi nafshi et Adonai v'chol kravai et shehem chasho ha'el v'tatzumot uzecha hagadol b'chod shumecha ha'gibor l'netzach v'norav v'norotecha ha'melech ha'yoshev al kisei ram v'nisam.
Shoch
Continues the third paragraph, page 105. Chef is going to lead us in Shochenai.
Shochenad marom v'kadosh shemo Befi ashirim titalal uvdivrei tzadikim titbarach uvlishon chasidim titramam uvkerev kedoshim titkadash Elot revivot amecha beit Yisrael Shachen chovat kol hayetzurim lefanecha Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu lehodot lehalel leshabeach lefaer leremem lehoder levarech lehalel ulkoles al kol divrei shirot v'tishbachot David ben Yishai avdecha mishichecha.
I'd like you to rise now as we prepare for Baruch Hu and turn to page 106.
Yishtabach shimcha le'ad malkeinu ha'elam v'kadosh shamayim u'va'aretz ki lechana'eh Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu shir u'shpatcha halel v'zimra ozu memshala netzach gedula u'gvura tehila v'tiferet kedusha u'malchut brachot v'hodaot me'ata ve'ad olam baruch Adonai el melech gadol b'tishbachot el adot adon haniflaot habocher b'shirei zimra melech el chei ha'olam.
Amen. Continuing the Chatzi Kaddish.
Yitkadav yitkadash shemei Rabba
Amen.
Be'alma divrach yirtei ve'amlich malchutei B'chayechon u'vyomechon u'v'chayedecho b'it Yisrael B'gala u'bizman kari ve'imru Amen. Yehi shmer b'ad mevarach le'olam u'le'om hayai Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalal v'yitalal shmei kudesha b'reichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata shishbechata v'nechamata damiram be'alma ve'imru Amen.
Chef is going to lead us in the Baruch Hu, page 107.
Baruch Hu Adonai HaMavorach
Baruch Adonai Mavorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMavorach le'olam va'ed Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam yoseh orveh.
We invite you to be seated as we continue privately. Page 107.
In kirken olam הזה וזאת מלכנו לחיי העולם הבא אפס גדול למות המשיח ואין דומה לך מושיענו לתחיית המתים.
Join with us as Shefa leads us in El Adon, page 108 of your seat.
El Adon al kol hamasim baruch umvorach befi kol neshama godlo vetuvo male olam be'atu tvuna sovevim oto hamidga'e al chayot hakodesh v'nehedar v'kavod al hamerchavya zechutu mishor lifnei kiso chesed v'rachamim lifnei kvodo Tovi me'orot shebara Eloheinu Yetzaram bedat bevina uvaskel koach ugvura natan bahem lichyot moshelim bekerev tevel meleim ziv umfikim noga na'ezivam bechol ha'olam semechim betzeitam v'sasim bevoam osim be'em aretzon konam Fa'er v'kavod notnim lishmot sachla v'rina v'zecher malchuto kara l'shemesh v'yizrach ochor ra'a v'hitkin tzorach alavna shavach notnim lo kol tzevaram tiferet ugedula sarafim ve'ofanim ve'chayot hakodeh.
We continue now, page 109, privately.
גואלנו בורא קדושים משתבח שמך בקנו כולם אהובים, כולם ברורים, כולם גיבורים וכולם עושים במעביר הרצון קונם וכולם פותחים את פיהם בקדושה ובטהרה בשירה ובזמרה וברכים שבקים פרים מריצים מקדישים וממליכים את שם האל המלך הגדול הגיבור והנורא קדוש הוא וכולם מקבלים עליהם על מלכות שמיים זה מזה ונותנים רשות זה לזה להקדיש לתורה בנחת רוח בשפה ורבנימה קדושה כולם ככדונים ביומרים ביראה קדוש קדוש
קדוש אדוני צבאות מלוך כל הארץ כבודו
והאופנים וחיות הקודש ברעש גדול וסזם השרפים לעומת המשבחים ויאמרים ברוך אדוני ממקומו ליעבור תמימות ידמק החי וכבוד בעל מלחמות זורע צדקות מצמש
Or Chadash, Al Tzion Ta'ir, 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 Veniske Kulanu Meheira Leora, Veniske Kulanu Meheira Leora. Baruch atah Adonai, Yotzer HaMeorot.
As if you were wearing a talit, we'll gather our seats as we turn to page 111.
Ahava Rabba Aftanu, Adonai Eloheinu, Chem Lagdola Vitera, Chamalta Aleinu. Avinu Malkeinu Bavor Avoteinu Shebatchu Becha Avinu Malkeinu ותלמדם חוקי חיים, כן תכוננו תמלנו אבינו האב הרחמן, המרחם רחם עלינו. ותן בליבנו להבין ולהשכיל לשמו, וללמוד וללמד, לשמור ולעשות, ולקיים את כל דברי תלמוד תורתך באהבה. והאר עינינו בתורתך, ודבק ליבנו במצוותיך, ויחד לבבינו לאהבה וליראה את שמך, ולא נבוש לעולם ועד, ולא נבוש לעולם ועד, כי בשם קודשך הגדול והנורא בטחנו, הגילה ונשמחה בישועתך. והביאנו לשלום מארבע כנפות הארץ, ותוליכנו קוממיות לארצנו, כי אל פועל ישועת אתה, ובנו בחרת מכל עם ולשון, וקרבתנו לשמך הגדול, סלע באמת להודות לך, ויחדך וידך באהבה. ברוך אתה אדוני הבוחר בעמו ישראל באהבה. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך ובביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשופתך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר אל בני ישראל ואמרת עליהם, ויעשו להם ציצית על כנפי בגדיהם לדורותם, ונתנו על ציצית הכנף פתיל תכלת, והיה לכם לציצית וריתם אותו, וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני ועשיתם אותם, ולא תטורו אחרי לבבכם ואחרי עיניכם אשר אתם זונים אחריהם, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אלוהיכם אמת.
Continuing in the middle of page 113.
לדור קיים ושמקיים וכיסונה ומלכותו ואמונתו לעד קיימת ודבריו חיים על אבותינו ועלינו בנינו דור אמת שעתה לאבותינו מלכנו מלך אבותינו גואלנו גואל אבותינו יוצאנו תשועתנו קודם הצילנו מלם שמך אין אלוהים זולתך
Page 114 as we prepare for the Amidah.
עזרת אבותינו אתה
Tehilot le'elyon baruch hu v'vorach u'Moshe u'vnei Yisrael echad nashira b'shimcha rabah ve'amru kulam kamocha ba'elim Adonai mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh nora tehilot Osefele Shira Chadasha Shibechu Geulim Leshimcha Al Sefatayam Yachad Kulam Hodu Vehim Lichu Ve'amru Adonai Yimloch Le'olam Va'ed Tzor Yisrael, Kuma be'ezrat Yisrael, Ufdei kinumecha Yehuda ve'Yisrael. Go aleinu Adonai tzvaot shemo, Kedosh Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai Ga'al Yisrael.
Now I invite you to turn ahead to page 115b, which brings us in the Amidah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Ha'gadol, Ha'gibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, v'Koneh Hakol, v'Zocher Chasdei Avot, u'Mevi Goel Livnei v'Neihem, Leman Shemo be'ava, Melech Ozer u'Faker u'Mashiach u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham u'Foked Sarah, Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayei Meitim atarav lehoshiach, Morid hatal, Mechachel Chayim bechesed, Mechayei Meitim berachamim rabim, Somech noflim verofech cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato lishenei afar, Michamocha bal gevurot, Umido melach, Melech memit umechaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'neman atah lechayot meitim, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayei hametim. Nekadesh et shimcha ba'olam, kashem shemagdishim oto b'shmei marom, kakatuv v'yad neviecha v'krazeh el zeh ve'amar.
Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzvaot, Melech kol haaretz kevavta.
Kadosh, 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 Adonai tzvaot, melech kol haaretz kevodo. Az b'kol rash gadol, adir v'chazak masimim kol, midasim le'emet sharfim le'matam baruch yomeru.
Baruch kevod Adonai mimekamo.
Baruch kevod Adonai mimkomo, קומך מלכנו תופיע ותמלוך עלינו, כי מחכימים אנחנו לך. מתי תמלוך בציון בקרב בימינו לעולם ועד תשכון, תתגדל ותתקדש בתוך ירושלים עירך, לדור ודור ולנצח נצחים. והננו תירנה מלכותך, כדבר האמור שירי עוזך.
משיח צדקך.
ימלוך אדוני לעולם אלוהי ציון לדור ודור, הללויה.
ימלוך אדוני לעולם אלוהיך ציון לדור ודור, הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד גודלך ולנצח נצחים קדושך נקדיש. ושיטתך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד, כי המלך גדול וקדוש אתה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
We continue privately, pages 117 through 120, and include Ya'ale v'Yavo for this Chol HaMoed Sukkot, the second paragraph, page 118.
Ose shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, imru, amen. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru.
Amen. Because it is Zman Simchatenu, we are in the festival of Sukkot. Each of the days of Sukkot, we get to sing Hallel. Traditionally, we stand here in Hallel. Obviously, Frank Lloyd Wright designed this space with sloping floors. May make it hard for some people to stand continuously, so if it's hard, feel free to be seated, but we are going to sing these psalms of joy and praise. That's in Sukkot, because we are so thrilled to be here as Sheva becomes Bar Mitzvah. Page 113, excuse me, 133. Page 133 of your prayer book, we begin a Hallel.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu likro et ha'halel. Hallelujah, hallelujah, avdei Adonai. Hallelujah, Shem Adonai, Yehi Shem Adonai, mevorach, me'ata ve'ad olam. Mimizrach shemesh ad mevo. Mehulal Shem Adonai, Ramal kol goyim Adonai. Al hashamayim kevodo, mikadonai Eloheinu, hamagbihi lashavet, hamashpili lirot, bashamayim fardal. Me'ashpod yarim evyon lehoshivivi im nedivim, I'm nedivei amo. Moshivi Akeret Habayit. Em Habanim Smecha, Hallelujah. B'tzeit Yisrael, mi Mitzrayim, Beit Yaakov, me'am loez. B'tzeit Yisrael, mi Mitzrayim, Yaakov, me'am loez. Hayta Yehuda lekodsho Yisrael, mam shelotav. Hayta hayarav enos, hayarden yisov leachor. Heharim rakedu ke'elim gevot ki. Malecha hayam Kitanus Hayarden Tisov leachor Heharim Tirkedu ke'elim Gevot Kivnei tzon Milifnei Adon Chuli Aretz Milifnei Elohai Yaakov Hahofli Hatzor Agamayim Chalamish Lemaino Mayim.
Page 134 at the top.
Yisrael betach baronai Ezramu maginam hu. Beit Aaron bitchu varonai Ezramu maginam hu. Yirei Adonai bitchu varonai Ezramu maginam hu.
Middle of page 134.
Adonai zechrono Yevarech et Beit Yisrael, Yevarech et Beit Aharon, Yevarech Yirei Adonai, Haktanim imagedolim, Yosef Adonai Alechem, Alechem ve'abneichem, Beruchim atem Adonai, Ose Shamayim Va'aretz, Shmayim Shamayim Ladonai, Va'aretz Natan Livnei Adam, Lo Ametim Yeh Hallelujah, Lo Gadrei Yoma, Va'anachnu Nevarech Ya, Me'atata Ve'yad Olam, Me'atata Ve'yad Olam, Hallelujah. And then it's Et halacha lifnei Adonai בארצות החיים נעמדתי כי אדבר, אני עניתני מאוד, אני ואמרתי בחופזי, כל האדם כוזב.
כוסשות הסף, שם אדוני יקרה.
לך אזבח זבח תודה, ובשם אדוני אקרא, נדרי לאדוני השלם, נגד העלה לכל עמו, בחצרות בית אדוני, בתוכך ירושלים. Hallelujah.
Page 136.
Hallelujah et Adonai. Ayol kol goyim shabchechu kol haumim ki gavar aleinu chasdo ve'emet Adonai Leolam hallelujah. Hodu l'Adonai ki tov ki leolam ki leolam chashto yomarna Yisrael ki leolam chashto yomruna v'taharon ki leolam chashto Yomruna Yirei Adonai Ki Yirei Adonai Ki Leolam Chashto Min HaMetzar Karatiya Anani V'Merchavya Min HaMetzar Karatiya Anani V'Merchavya Mi anani va merchavya anani va merchavya.
טוב, לחסות אדוני.
Ozi v'zimrat ya vayehi li lishua. Ozi v'zimrat ya vayehi li lishua. Ozi v'zimrat ya Vayehi li lishua. Ozi vezimrat ya Vayehi li lishua. Pitchu li sha'arei tzedek avovam odeya. Pitchu li sha'arei tzedek avovam odeya. Ze ashar la'adonai tzadikim yavovo. Ze ashar la'adonai tzadikim yavovo.
Turning to page 137.
Odecha ki anitani vatehi li lishua. Odecha ki anitani Vatehi li lishua even masu habonim hayeta l'rosh pina even masu habonim hayeta l'rosh pina met Adonai hayeta zot hi niflat be'einenu met Adonai hayeta zot Hi niflot be'einenu ze hayom asa Adonai nagila v'nismecha bo ze hayom asa Adonai nagila v'nismecha Ana Adonai Hoshiana Ana Adonai Hoshiana Ana Adonai Hatzlichana Ana Adonai Hatzlichana
ברוך הבא בשם אדוני ברוך הבא. ישרוך הבא. כי לך טוב להודות לשם בשם. כי לך טוב להודות לשם. כי לך טוב.
Ki lecha tov lehodot uleshimcha na'el ezamer ki me'olam ad olam ata el baruch ata Adonai melech me'olam batishbachot.
Okay, so you might think longer standing. And Shefa's first teacher in his life, Susan Gloria, is going to come to open the ark. We're turning to page 202. And we're doing one of the craziest things that we Jews have ever done. This Hoshana, this idea of saying, God save us, God save us, God save us, God save us. We've been doing this since there were Kohanim in a Beit HaMikdash, leading the people around in circles, telling God that in this last bit of time, before we get to the gates being fully closed, that God is going to save us. And today on Shabbat, we tell us that God should save us because we have been faithful to the gift of Shabbat. So turn ahead to page 202, and the ark will be opened, and I'll begin the opening part of Hoshana, and then Cantor will continue the second paragraph. Hoshana, Hoshana.
נצורה כבבת הושענא, בנונד בדם נפש משיבת הושענא, גומרת הלכות שבת הושענא, דורשת מסת שבת הושענא, הקובעת 2000 תחום שבת הושענא, ומשבת רגל משבת הושענא, זכור ושמור מקיימת בשבת, חשה למהר ביד שבת הושענא, 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 טורחת כל משישה לשבת הושענא, יושבת משתנת עד כלאות שבת הושענא, כבוד ועונג קריית שבת הושענא, לבוש וצחוק מחלפת בשבת הושענא, מאכל משתה מכינה לשבת הושענא, נועם מגדי מנמת בשבת הושענא, 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 סעודות 3 מקיימת בשבת, על שתי כיכרות בצעת בשבת, פורטת 4 רשויות בשבת, ציווי הדלקת נר מדלקת בשבת הושענא, קידוש היום מקדשת בשבת, רנן 7 מפלט שבת הושענא, 7 בדת קורא בשבת, תנחילנה ליום שכולו שבת הושענא, 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 הושענא. את עמך ברך נחלתך, את עמך וברך נחלתך, אורם 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 ונעשה אורם את העולם.
We have one last prayer that some of us say standing for. It's Sholom. It's back on page 138.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה.
Amen.
בעלמא דברה חירותי ועל מלכותי וחייכון ויום אחד וחי לכל בית ישראל בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו יהי שמירה בה מבורך לעולם ולעולם היה יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה שמי לקודשה לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תשבחתה ונחמתה דמירם בעלמא ואמרו תתקבל צלותהון ובואתהון דכל ישראל קודם אבוהון דבשמיא ואמרו יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיא וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו על כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. Sit down, can I sit down?
So many family and friends of the Dolev and growing families are able to be here with us to celebrate Sheva becoming Bar Mitzvah this morning. We see some familiar friends of the family. It's really great to see faces I haven't seen in a while. I see some Boditzes, I see some Sassons, I see some Nordlingers, I see lots of lovely people we haven't seen for a while. It's great to see your faces. And every one of you will be welcome here. For those of you who've never been to Beth Sholom, so one thing you may notice is that it may get a little darker in some moments, it may get a little brighter in some moments, because the translucent panels actually tell us when the sun's going behind the clouds. So if you've never been here, it's kind of beautiful to notice that the light will be changing throughout the day, but there's a tremendous amount of light in this room, not only from the HaKadosh Baruch Hu and the sun, but from all of the love in this room that so many people have for Sheva Dolev. So we're going to drink in that light, and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So we are now going to... You have some stage door? Your mom wants to... It's okay? Okay. So we are going to now continue the Torah service, and we are going to process actually around the room. Sheva is going to hold the Torah, and then following our Torah procession, he's actually going to teach us some amazing Torah that he's learned. So we have a wonderful part to look forward to. We just want to remind people, it is out of respect for Shabbat, we ask all of you who might have a phone with you to make sure it stays in your pocket or your bag and on silent mode. We're trying to help maintain the sanctity of Shabbat. So if you happen to have your phone with you, sometimes those of us over a certain age forget to turn the ringer to silent and the phone goes off. So if you could make sure your phones are on the silent mode if you have them with you, that would be a wonderful blessing for all of us. So we're going to continue now with the Torah service as Sheva leads us, page 139.
אין כמוך ואלוהים אדוני ואין כמעשיך מלכותך מלכות כל עמים וממשלתך בכל דור ודור אדוני מלך אדוני מלך אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד Adonai oz le'amo yiten, Adonai yevarech et amo b'shalom, av harachamim, heitiva birtzoncha etzion, tivnei chomot Yerushalayim, ki Shalayim, ki becha levad batachnu, melech elram v'nisa adon olam. Who's going to open the door?
mean, your quiz.
Page 139, middle of the page.
Vayahi bin Aaron, vayomer Moshe, Kuma Adonai, veyafutsu oivecha, veyanusu misanecha mipanecha, ki mitzion teitze Torah, ki mitzion teitze Torah, Udevar Adonai miYerushalayim, Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah, Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah, Le'almo Yisrael B'kedushato.
Continuing now the second paragraph, page 140, Ne Ana Rachetz.
Be'anarachet velishme kadisha kadisha yakira ana emor tushbechan be'anarachet velishme kadisha kadisha yakira Ana emor tushbechan ve'irava kodamach detiftach libi be'oraita ve'tashlim mishalim delibi ve'liba dechol amcha Yisrael letovu lechayin ve'lisham. Amen.
Jonathan? Wait, what do we? Page 141, the response with
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shema. Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Gadolul Adonai iti, uneromem Shemo yachdo. Adonai hagevula, v'hagevula.
Or do I go back to my seat?
No, you're going to stay up here, and if you want to go, you guys can process. Okay. I want to invite you to be seated.
Yeah, you're good.
So you're going to
That's
see
my tallest.
amazing Torah in about 30 seconds. So you definitely want to be, and especially for Shefa's friends, this is something you want to be listening to, because it's really good Torah. And I know that because Shefa and I spent some time studying this together. So it is my honor to ask Shefa to teach some Torah to us at this time and to share his Dvar.
Shabbat Shalom. In Parashat Ki Tisa, an interaction between Moses and God occurs that raises the question, can Moses see God's face? In Exodus 33:11, the Torah says that God and Moses are able to speak to one another face to face. But several verses later, the Torah contradicts this, and God says that no one may see me and live. So, which is it? In order to answer this question, we need to remember what happens before our Torah reading begins. God had just freed the Israelites from slavery in Egypt, and had just split the Red Sea so that they could cross to safety, and had just given the Torah at Sinai. After all these miracles that God gave people, what did the Israelites do? They ended up committing the worst sin possible. They lost faith in God and worshipped a golden calf. When God learned of this sin, God became so furious that he wanted to destroy the Israelites. Moses tries to calm God down, and eventually God decides not to destroy the people. When Moses and God now go speak to each other, Moses has to stand outside the Ohel Moed, the tent of meeting, far away from the Israelites. It is as if God is saying, I am willing to talk to you face to face, provided that you are far away from the sinful people of Israel. There is another clue that God had not fully forgiven the Israelites. Before the sin of the golden calf, God had promised to accompany the Israelites into the land of Canaan. But here in our Torah reading, God says that God will send a malach, an angel, to lead the people into Canaan. But God will not lead the Israelites directly. Why? Because God says about the Israelites, I will not go in your midst, since you are a stiff-necked people, lest I destroy you on the way. So Moses is forced to make a choice. Is his loyalty first to God or to the Israelite people? Moses seems to prioritize the people. Moses tells God that unless God leads the people into the land, none of the nations of the earth will recognize that God is their God, and the Israelites will be too afraid to continue their journey. After hearing Moses' plea, God agrees to lead the Israelites on their journey. It is at this point in our Torah reading that Moses once again asks to see God. But now, God has a different response to Moses. God says, you are not able to see my face, for no person may see me and live. What has changed that God now refuses Moses' request? One of the interpretations that I find most interesting comes from a rabbi named David Fried. According to Rabbi Fried, before the sin of the golden calf, Moses was both the leader of the Israelite people and a person who was so close to God that they could speak face to face. In some ways, Moses was like an angel. He stayed with God to receive the Torah for 40 days and 40 nights. The Torah says that he ate no bread and drank no water while he was there. After God and Moses would speak to each other, Moses' face was illuminated. Here, the Torah is describing Moses as a leader who is as much like an angel as he is like a human being. But when Moses makes it clear that his priority is to lead the Israelites and that he will not give up on them even after they have sinned, this may be why God is no longer willing to speak face to face with him. Moses is choosing to be the leader of a group of flawed human beings over the closeness of his relationship to God. Moses is willing to sacrifice his relationship with God to be the leader of the very flawed people of Israel. In my life, my grandparents and parents have made sacrifices for mine and my siblings' Jewish identity and education. But they don't see it as sacrifices. They see it as choices. They chose to send me to a Jewish day school and a Jewish overnight camp. They chose to bring us to Israel to see my family and my homeland because that is important to us. In the future, I plan to make similar choices because my family has taught me how important Judaism is and how much Judaism has brought to me. I want to share with my children and grandchildren what my family has given to me. Speaking of sacrifices, I would like to thank Rabbi GK and Cantor Agar for their time and commitment to make this day so special. I feel so fortunate to have had so many people who have helped me to become the person that I am and have helped me to care so deeply about being Jewish. My teachers at Perlman and at Barak, and most importantly, my entire family whose love and support is always with me. I want to especially thank Abba, Ima, Matan, and Leah for always being there for me. Thank you for joining me today as I become Bar Mitzvah. Shabbat Shalom.
Yasher Koach, Shefa, that was amazing. Great words, great delivery. So good. All right, well, we are really excited. We're going to... We're going to ask Jonathan and David to come back to be our Rabbi. And we have many, many family members who are going to, and friends who will be both reading Torah, having Aliyot. And if you are not close to the Bima, if you're having one of those honors, we would love you to get a little bit closer. Our Torah reading for the first Aliyah will be Leah and Molly. And our first Aliyah will be for Amanda and Marlon. And we invite you to turn to your Chumashim, to page 538, as Shefa reminded us. This is a really enigmatic and beautiful passage about God and Moshe and trying to see the Holy One of blessing and what we can and can't know.
So I guess I'll stand over here.
Page 538, we begin.
Should I stand here?
Ya'amdu. Menashe and Mordechai. Daniel Shalomit.
I'm reading it off.
Sarah, Rishon, Baruch Shalom, Baruch Shalom, Haten Magim Lechem, Chaim Kochem, Hayom. Yes.
You only hear me if you get stuck.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaBarach. Baruch Adonai Barach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam, Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Hamim V'natan Lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Vayomer Moshe El Adonai. Rawata Omer Alai Ha'el Tamazeh. V'ata Lepedotani et asher tishlach imi. V'ata Marta Yaditecha B'Hashem. V'kam mitzatachem b'einai. V'ata imna matatichen b'einecha. Hodani na et archecha v'adacha leman amtze b'einecha. V'era ki yamcha hagoy hazeh. Vayomer panai alchu v'hinicha lecha. Vayomer alav im ein panecha holchim. Wait, I need to read it. Vayomer alav im ein panecha holchim ataleni mizeh uvema yivata afa ki masati chen b'einecha ani ve'amecha halav lechtecha imanu v'niflinu ani ve'amecha mikol ha'am asher al pnei hadama.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam, Asher Natan Lanu Torat Emet V'chayei Olam Nata B'tochenu. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Talia and Molly are reading Torah for us, and now Jen is going to be the reader of our second Aliyah, and we are going to invite Rachel and Elad to come for this Aliyah. It begins verse 17, page 539. Ya'amdu.
Oh, Rachel.
Rachel bat
Mordechai.
Mordechai
Bat Ziona.
Batziona
Baruch hu et Adonai Hamvorach. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe gam et hadavar hazeh asher dibarta aseh ki matzata chen b'nai v'dacha b'shem vayomar hareini nai kvodecha vayomer ani avir kol tuvi al panecha v'karati b'shem Adonai lefanecha v'chanoti et asher achon v'richamti et asher arachem.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chaye olam nata betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Chef is going to be reading several aliyot for this third aliyah we call Bernice and Marcel. For this third aliyah, it begins at the bottom of page 539 of your Chumash, verse 20.
Vayomer lo.
Mordechai, and Barak, and Zipporah,
On the other side.
No, you here. There?
No, the other side.
Really?
Okay. Sorry, trust me. You all set? Baruch hu et Adonai Hamvorach. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach le'olam v'oed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Vayomer lo tuchal lirot et panai ki lo yirani hadam v'chai. Vayomer Adonai hine makom iti v'nitzafta al hatzor. V'heya bavor kvodi v'samticha benikrat hatzor v'sakoticha pi alecha adovri. V'hasiroti et kapi v'ra'ita tachorai ufanai lo yera'u.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chaye olam nata b'sochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
continue now with the fourth aliyah, beginning of chapter 34, page 540 of your Chumash. Justin and Kim, and Sander, Eli, Jared, coming up? There she is. Okay, we got her. Yeah, do.
Speak into the mic. Speak into the mic.
Edel Chaya Bat, Benjamin Ed,
Nachum
Nachman
Eliezer ben
Ben, Mordechai, Batzion, Batziona, Rabbi.
Baruch hu et Adonai Hamvorach. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe pesol lecha shnei luchot avanim karishonim v'chatavti al luchot et hadevarim asher hayu al luchot harishonim asher shibarta v'heye nachon laboker ועלית בבוקר אל הר סיני, וניצבת לי שם אל ראש ההר. ואיש לא יעלה עמך, וגם איש אל יראה בכל ההר, גם הצאן והבקר אל יראו אל מול ההר ההוא.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
So we have some cousins coming up for the 5th Aliyah. Jacob, Noah, Maya, Molly, Michal, Ya'amdu, Mishpachat Agar, Mishpachat Royan,
Standing up there too.
Verse 4, page 541.
Baruchu et Adonai Hambarach. Baruch Adonai Hambarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Vayfsol shnei luchot avanim karishonim. Vayashkem Moshe v'aboker vayal el har Sinai, kasher tziva Adonai oto, v'yakach be'ado shnei luchot avanim. Vayered Adonai be'anan, vayityatev imo sham, vayikra b'shem Adonai. Vayavor Adonai al panav, vayikra Adonai, Adonai, el rachum v'chanun, erech apayim v'rav chesed v'emet. Noter chesed le'alefim, nose avon, v'afesha v'chata'a, v'nake lo yenake, poked avon avot. Al banim v'al bnei banim, al shileshim v'al riveim. Vayimaher Moshe, vayikod arza vayishtachu, vayomer imna matzati chen beinecha Adonai, yelechna Adonai bekirbenu, ki am keshaoref hu vesalachta, lavonenu uchatatenu unchatanu. Vayomer. Was that it? Unchatanu.
I think there's one more verse, but okay, you're good.
She starts next. She starts next, but you go into she.
Yeah, but the way it's the traditional division is.
Oh, go ahead. You want to do one more verse?
Yeah, finish the
Okay. All right, guys, the blessing afterwards.
Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam natan b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
For the 6th Aliyah, we get Sheva Sibs, Tanzania to come for this Aliyah. We are now beginning on verse 11, page 542. Ya'amdu Matan ben Amos Miriam et Leah Amos Miriam Shishi.
Baruchu et Adonai Hambarach. Baruch Adonai Hambarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Shemor lecha et asher anochi mitzavecha hayom, hineni goresh mipanecha et ha'amori v'ha'knaani v'ha'chiti v'ha'perazi v'ha'chivi v'ha'yevusi. Hishamer lecha pentichrot berid le'yoshev ha'aretz asher ata ba'alea penihiyeh lemukesh bekirbecha. Ki et mizbechotam titotzun, ve'et matzevotam tishbarun, ve'et asherav tichrotun. כי לא תשתחווה לאל אחר, כי אדוני קנה שמו, אל קנהו. פן תכרת בריד לא יושב הארץ, וזנו אחרי אלוהיהם, וזבחו לאלוהיהם, והזנו, וקרא לך, ואכלת מזבחו. ולקחת מבנותיו לבניך, וזנו בנותיו אחרי אלוהיהם, והזנו את בניך אחרי אלוהיהן. אלוהי מעשיך לא תעשה לך.
אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה
Amen. Uncle parents of our bar mitzvah, Ami and Jen, for this seventh aliyah, beginning verse 18, page 543. Amos ben Eliyahu Baliza.
Where is it? Yeah, I see.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach.
ברוך אדוני מבורך לעולם ועד, ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר בחר בנו מכל העמים, ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
אמן. את חג המצות תשמור 7 ימים, תאכל מצות אשר ציוויתיך למועד חודש האביב, כי בחודש האביב יצאת ממצרים. כל פטר רחם לי, וכל מקנך תזכר פטר שור ועשה. ופטר חמור תפדה ועשה, ואם לא תפדה וערפתו. כל בחור בניך תפדה, ולא יראו פני ריקם. 6 ימים תעבוד, וביום השביעי תשבות, בחריש ובקציר תשבות. וחג שבועות תעשה לך ביקורי קציר חיטים, וחג אסיף תקופת השנה. 3 פעמים בשנה יראה כל זכורך את פני אדוני אלוהי ישראל. כי יוריש גויים מפניך, והרחבתי את גבולך, ולא יחמודיש את ארצך בעלותיך, לראות את פני אדוני אלוהיך 3 פעמים בשנה. לא תשחט על חמץ דם זבחי, ולא ילין לבוקר זבח חג הפסח. ראשית, ביקורי אדמתך תביא בית אדוני אלוהיך, לא תבשל גדי בחלב אמו.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu.
ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
We want to invite people to take just a couple of moments to think of the people in your lives you know who are in need of healing, and to hold their names and faces in your heart as we now ask God on Shabbat, Etrog, God's day of rest, to bring healing to all who are in need of it. I'll begin the bracha for healing. I'll pause, and we should let the silence in the room be filled with our own names and faces of those people we are praying for in our own hearts during this silence. Misha Be'eracham Tenaram Yitzhak Yaakov Tenasarim Karmacham
Where is it?
Hu Yivarech Yerpeh Acholim Et.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna sing it now, so just listen.
Where is it?
Kadosh Baruch Hu Melech Melech is coming up. Bishlach Lahem Lerafua Shlema Min HaShamayim Refuat HaNefesh Refuat HaGuf.
This is the full one.
Shabbat Hikli Zogashta Bagala Bisman Kapir Benamah Amen.
ויתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה ביעלמה דברה קירותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם עולם אלמיה יתברך יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתהלל ויתהלל שמי קודשה בריחו לילה מכל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה תמירן ויאמרה ויאמרו Amen.
I invite you to remain standing as we ask Great Uncle Leo to come and lift the Torah Matan. You've been designated to be the person who's going to wrap the Torah. We'll invite you to remain standing. Yamdu Hamad Biva Hagalel. You're going to sit right there after you lift it. Right after. Yeah.
Hmm?
Watch this. Dave, start singing. It's your job. It's your job. Shem Yerushalayim, Mitzion, Tetzei Torah. B'dvar Hashem Yerushalayim, Baruch Natan Torah le'amo Yisrael. Baruch Natan Torah le'amo Yisrael. B'dushato ki Mitzion, Tetzei Torah. ודבר השם מירושלים, כי מציון תצא תורה, ודבר השם מירושלים.
Where's my bar? I need the bar.
Be seated.
ביום החמישי, ביום השישי, ביום החמישי.
We'll both read the Maftir Aliyah and also do the brachot before and after the Torah. We'll invite you to turn ahead with us in the Chumash to page 935.
How much?
Beginning page 935. 935, verse 26. For these offerings that were brought on this fifth day of the festival, Chazan.
יעמוד, 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 הבר מצווה שפע בן עמוס ומרים דבורה למפטיר.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך. Baruch Adonai Amborach L'olam Ba'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah. Amen. Uvayom HaChamishi Parim Tisha Elim Shnayim Kevasim B'nei Shana Arba Asar Temimim ומנחתם ונזכיהם לפרים, לאלים ולכבשים, במספרם כמשפט, וסיר חטאת אחד מלבד עולת התמיד, ומנחתה ונזכה. וביום השישי פרים 8,000, כבשים בני שנה 14 תמימים, ומנחתם ונזכיהם לפרים, לאלים ולכבשים, במספרם כמשפט, וסיר חטאת אחד מלבד עולת תמיד, מנחתה ונסחך. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam. No, what? Natan lanu Torah emet v'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Once again, if you're able to rise, we'll invite you to do so. Justin and Leah will be lifting and dressing the second Sefer of Torah. Yeah, you guys can go back to your seats. Yeah. Please be seated. So the Haftarah is a kind of description of these, the kind of terrifying enemies of the Jewish people all coming together with the attempt to destroy the Jewish people. But God, ultimately, of course, coming to the rescue. And the reason that we read this Haftarah is that this was understood by our sages to be that which begins the process of the final redemption in which the Mashiach will come. And in our tradition, Sukkot is understood to be the Chag and the festival associated with the beginning of that process. So Sheva will be chanting the Haftarah from the Prophet Ezekiel. It begins on page 1260 of the Chumash, and after he finishes, when we begin those brachot afterwards, you'll be getting some candy, and your goal is to, throw it on an arc as opposed to on a line drive with all of your speed. That is the really important thing here. You're going to try to get some height to your throw, not those line drive winging throwing candy. Got it, 13-year-old boys? Excellent. You ready? Right. Oh. Right, here's the front blessing before, and then you turn the page and it's blessing after. Okay? Hold on 1 second. Can I announce the page? 1260 of the Chumash, yes.
You ready? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar b'neviim tovim v'ratzah b'divreihem hanemarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai habocher b'Torah uv'Moshe avdo uv'Yisrael amo uv'nviei ha'emet v'tzedek. V'haya bayom bogog al anamat Yisrael neum Adonai Elohim talech hamati be'api ufkinati ve'shevrati dibarti im lo bayom hahu yeh rash gadol al anamat Yisrael Reishu mipanai digei hayam ve'of hashamayim v'chayat hasadeh v'chol haromes al ha'adama v'chol ha'adam asher al panei ha'adama v'nehersu heharim v'naflu hamadergot v'chol choma le'aretz tipol v'karati alav l'chol arai cherev neum Adonai Elohim cherev ish be'achiv tihiyeh v'nishpatati ito bedever uvdam v'geshem shotef ve'avnei el gavi shesh v'gofrit amtir alav ve'al agapav ve'alamim rabim asher ito v'hitkadioti v'hitkadishti v'nodati le'nei goyim rabim ve'yadu ki ani Adonai ve'ata v'nadam hinaveh al gog ve'amarta ko amar Adonai Elohim hineni elecha gog nesi rosh meshech v'tubal v'shovavticha v'shisheiticha v'ha'aliticha me'arketei tzafon v'havioticha al harei Yisrael v'hiketi kashtecha miyad semolecha v'chitzecha miyad yamincha apil al harei Yisrael tipol ata v'chol agapecha ve'amim asher itach leit tzipor kol kanaf v'chayat hasadeh nataticha leochla al panei hasadeh tipol ki ani dibarti neum Adonai Elohim v'shilachti yesh b'magog u'v'yoshvei hayim lavetach ve'yadu ki ani Adonai ve'et shem kodshi yodi'a betoch am Yisrael v'lo achel et shem kodshi od ve'yadu hagoyim ki ani Adonai kadosh be'Yisrael hine ba'a v'nihiyata neum Adonai Elohim hu hayom asher dibarti v'yatzu yoshvei Harei Yisrael uviaru veisiku beneshek umagen vetzina bekeshet uvchitzim uvmakel yad uvromach uviaru bahem sheva shanim velo yisu eitzi min hasadeh velo yachtevu min hayearim ki baneshek yevaru esh v'sholelu et sholeihem v'vozizu et vozizehem neum Adonai Elohim v'haya bayom hahu eten legog makom sham kever be'Yisrael gei ha'ovrim kidmat hayam v'chosem eti et ha'ovrim v'kavru sham et gog v'et kol hamono v'kavru gei hamon gog v'kavru beit Yisrael leman taher et haaretz shiva chodashim v'kavru kol am haaretz v'haya lahem Lashem yom hi kavdi neum Adonai Elohim ve'anshei tamid yavdilu ovrim ba'aretz mekaverim et ha'ovrim et hanotarim al panei haaretz letahara miktzei shiva chodashim yachkoru ve'ovru ha'ovrim ba'aretz v'ra'a etem adam uvana et lo tziyun ad kavru oto hamekaberim el gei hamon gog v'gam shemir hamono v'tiharu haaretz. Where's it start? Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam tzor kol ha'olamim tzadik bechol hadorot ha'el ha'ne'eman ha'omer ve'oseh ha'medaber mekayem shekol devarav emet v'tzedek ne'eman atahu Adonai Eloheinu v'ne'emanim devarecha v'davar echad midivarecha achor lo yashuv rekam ki hamelech ne'eman v'rachaman ata Baruch Ata Adonai Hayal Neman Bechol Devarav. Rachem Al Tzion Ki Beit Chayenu Ve'Lelufot Nefesh Tushia B'Mera B'Yameinu Baruch Atah Adonai Mesamech Tzion Bevaneya Samcheinu Adonai Eloheinu Belohei Haneviyav Decha Uvmalchut Ve'David Meshichecha B'Mera Yavo Ve'Yagel Libeinu Al Ki Solo Yeshev Zar Ve'Lo Yinchelu Od Acharim Et Kevodo Ki B'Shem Kodshecha Nishbata Lo Ki B'Shem Kodshecha Nishbata Lo Loich Ben Aro Le'Olam Va'ed Baruch Atah Adonai Magen David Al HaTorah Ve'al Avodah Ve'al Nevi'im Ve'al Yom HaShabbat Hazeh V'Shenachtalanu Adonai Eloheinu L'Kedusha U'L'Micha Lekavod U'Tifaret Al HaKol Adonai Eloheinu Anachnu Modim Lach U'Mvarchim Otach Yitbarach Shimcha B'Fi Kol Chai Tamid Le'Olam Va'ed Baruch Atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Amen. Simin Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simin Tov, Simin Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simin Tov, Simin Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simin Tov. We need some help picking up the candy. Barrack friends, we need some help picking up candy. One throw per candy. One throw per candy.
David Melech Israel, Chai V'Kayam. David Melech Israel, Chai V'Kayam.
All right, we need some younger cousins to finish picking up the candy. There's a little bit here. Wow.
You want to use it? Yeah, sure. Okay.
All right.
Not yet.
All right, I have a couple of gifts to give you, Sheva. And say just a couple quick things before I ask your parents to offer you a bracha. All right, Jack, go back to your seat just now, and then we'll, okay? Guys, go back to your seat. We'll have you come up a little bit later, okay? Now go back to be with your parents. Okay? So, Sheva, some gifts for you from the Jack and Barrack Hebrew Academy. There's tzedakah that's been donated in your honor to Yad L'Kashish. From the Pullman Jewish Day School, the story of the Jews. There is something coming from Cantor, but it's not quite here yet. From the Men's Club, Kiddush Cup, so you can lead your family in Kiddush on those small family dinners that you have on Friday nights. You are now a member of the USY team. Guys, I want you to stay in your seats for now, okay? No more candy for a little bit. Okay? We got plenty.
Do I do taxes now?
So this means that you are now, you are in USY and you're paid up for your first year. This is a Tanakh from the sisterhood of our congregation. The men's club is giving you the Kiddush Cup. So those are just a few gifts. But I just want to say a couple of quick things and then ask your parents to come up. Okay? So I said this to you on Thursday morning, which is that there's a tradition that, when parents name their children, they're given the gift of prophecy. They become prophets when they name their children. So your parents named you Sheva. And everyone who knows you feels like that's exactly who and what you are. You are a person who kind of overflows with good things. When people are with you, they feel the sense of fullness and a sense of enoughness in a world in which everyone tends to feel like there's just not enough. So that's, an incredible thing that you are actually your name. And so many people who love you feel that way about you. Now, I don't want to go on to wax rhapsodic about how perfect you are, because I did have those times when we were working together and I say, Sheva, you were supposed to do this. You're not always always keeping up with your work, but you are in so many ways this incredible human being. A lot of our day school and camp kids are really, really good at the skills of Jewish life. They can read Torah like you did so effortlessly. They can lead us in services. But what I felt about you when I was listening to you lead us is that you don't just have the technical skill about being able to do it, which is really important, but there's a love of what this is all about that you radiate when you're doing it, and that no one can give you. You have to have that inside. And you have that inside. And it's, I think, a gift that is partly a result of the fact that you've gone to these Jewish schools, and that you go to camp, and that you have this incredible family that loves being Jewish, but you have it inside. And my bracha for you is that you should always feel this, that you said in your Devar Torah, that you should feel like you've been given a gift of being Jewish, and you will always find ways of incorporating that into your life. So I want to say Mazal Tov to you on becoming Bar Mitzvah. And I want to ask your parents, Ami and Jen, to come and offer you a bracha. And I think Ami will be doing his bracha in Hebrew.
Okay. Well, thanks everyone for being here. Mazel Tov Shefi on leading us in such a beautiful way. So before you were born, I didn't see how we could have another child. I was really stuck in a place of worrying that there wasn't enough. There wasn't enough time, there wasn't enough money, there wasn't enough patience, there wasn't enough anything. And I met somebody who worked at the Sheva Fund, and I asked what it meant, and he said it was this idea that everything that God creates has divine abundance. And I was really taken by it. And I thought to myself, what an amazing gift to be able to have that paradigm shift. And if we said your name every day, we could manifest this idea that there was enough, that there was plenty, and indeed there is. Like the ocean, like sand, like oxygen, like love. There is abundance. So that is what your name means, and that is what you bring not only to us. And when we named you, I knew that I needed you, but what I didn't know was how much the world needed you and how much you bring to the world just by living and being here. And I know that's a heavy bracha for you, but it's how I feel. So I just want you to always feel the calm and comfort, love and laughter, health, hope, and happiness that you brought us and that you are. Mazal Tov, you did really beautifully. I'm so proud of you. They practice this.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. זה היום עשה השם נגיב ונשמחה בו. Shefa. A big mazal tov and lots of brachot on your bar mitzvah. Today is a holiday. We share Shabbat, Chag Sukkot, and your wonderful Jewish achievement. Unfortunately, family from Israel couldn't make it to the event. However, in one thing I'm sure, that each one of them is sitting right now, thinking and hugging you with their thoughts, love, in the center of their neshama. Shefa, I wish you a life of happiness, light, love, peace, life filled with compassion and awareness to others. Life filled with ahavat chinam, b'shefa, just like your name. May you continue to wrap the world with your shechina, uniqueness, warmth, and emet, just like the talit that is wrapped on you right now. Continue to smile, shine, and be shefa. I love you very much, Abba. לברכה אדוני בשמרך, יישא אדוני פניו אל פניך, וירד You can do it.
We'll do it water up here. Is it now? We'll do it. Is it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Who's first?
We're going to invite people, if you're able to rise, we're going to ask Jen and Ami to lead us respectively in the prayer for
We'll
our
try to be
country,
respectful
in the
also.
prayer for the state of Israel, page 149 of our 148, and then 149 of our Siddur.
What do we start with?
We'll start with the prayer. Yeah.
Our God and God of our ancestors, we ask your blessings for our country, for its government, for its leaders and advisors, and for all who exercise just and rightful authority. Teach them insights from your Torah that they may administer all affairs of state fairly, that peace and security, happiness and prosperity, justice and freedom may forever abide in our midst. Creator of all flesh, bless all the inhabitants of our country with your spirit. May citizens of all races and creeds forge a common bond in true harmony to banish hatred and bigotry and to safeguard the ideals and free institutions that are the pride and glory of our country. May this land under your providence be an influence for good throughout the world, uniting all people in peace and freedom, helping them to fulfill the vision of your prophet. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they experience war anymore. And let us say,
Amen.
Amen. Page 149.
זה אני עכשיו? אבינו שבשמיים, צור ישראל וגואלו, ברך את מדינת ישראל, ראשית צמיחת גאולתנו. הגן עליה בברת חסדך ופרוס עליה סוכת שלומך. ושלח אורך ועמיתך לראשיה, שריה ויועציה. ותקנם בעצה טובה מלפניך, חזק את ידי מגינה ארץ קודשנו, והנחילם אלוהינו ישועה, ועטרת ניצחון תעטרם, ונתת שלום בארץ ושמחת עולם ליושביה, ונאמר אמן.
Amen. Mazal tov. We're going to invite people to remain standing. We're going to turn the Sifrei Torah. Jen and I are going to stand there just to open and close the ark. We'll open it now on the right. Click on. Jacob, you want to get the other one?
Oh, yeah. Here. Oh.
Take the Siddur. Thank you. Do you have a mic? Yeah.
Hallelujah, Shem Adonai, Kiskav Shem Olevado, Kodo Alaretz, V'Shamayim, Vayarek Ereliano, Tzimalecho, Chasidav, Livnei Yisrael, Haftarah. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Page 154 at the bottom.
Meushar. Shalom, 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 shalom. Shalom, shalom, shalom. I'm doing this off.
Yeah, but you're going to take a seat for a minute.
Okay.
We're going to invite people to be seated. Shabbat shalom to everyone. Modim l'simcha. So I just want to talk about one major symbol of this Chag that I think has some important things to teach us. So we're in this time that is about pure happiness, about pure joy. And we talked a little bit last night about just being able to, after the intensity of the Yamim Noraim, to just be in a place in which we focus on that which is most essential, food, being with people we love, remembering that life is fragile, it doesn't go on forever, but we take joy in the moments. That's what this festival is about. But I want to just talk about one of the Arba'a Minim that we use during this festival of Sukkot, one of the 4 species. And I'm going to talk a little bit about this funny-looking thing, the Etrog, with the very delicate pitam that we have to make sure does not fall off, to make sure it stays kosher. And the thing that's interesting about the Etrog is we really do not know if this is, in fact, the fruit that we're supposed to be using during Sukkot. Because this is what the Torah says in Leviticus about what this fruit should look like. And I'm quoting from chapter 23 of the book of Leviticus. And you will take for yourselves on the first day of the Chag the fruit of beautiful trees, pre-Eitz Hadar, branches of palm trees, and boughs of thick trees and willows of the brook, and you will rejoice before God for 7 days. Did you hear it said pre-Eitz Hadar? The fruit of a beautiful tree. That's all the Torah says. Right? It doesn't say we're going to take an Etrog. But the rabbis chose this to be the pre-Eitz Hadar. So why did they do it? Why is this the fruit of beautiful trees? And what makes the Etrog beautiful in Jewish terms? So the word for beautiful in the Torah is Hadar. But it has the same sound as another word in Hebrew, which is dar, which means to dwell or to inhabit or to remain. And in the Talmud in Masechet Sukkot, Rabbi Abahu takes this word for beauty, hadar, and connects it to the concept of dar, of dwelling. So Rabbi Abahu says the etrog refers to a fruit that lived on the branch, he says, lador vador. Lador vador. The etrog lives on its branch from generation to generation, meaning it lasts from season to season. And what does he mean by that? He says an etrog is a fruit that when it's attached to the tree, when there are winds and storms and rains that come up, the etrog stays attached to the tree. And if you actually, for people apparently who study fruit and trees, they will tell you that there are lots of resilient fruits out there, but the one that is time after time going to stay attached to the tree in the midst of the greatest of storms and rarely falls to the earth on its own, has to be picked, is an etrog. So according to Rabbi Abahu, part of why the rabbis decided that this was the fruit that we would use is because they linked it to being a Jew and the resilience to continue to be faithful to this tradition despite the many, many storms and hardships that our people have experienced throughout history. And Chef, I don't know if you're still in this room right now. Oh, you're behind me. Yeah, Chef. So this actually, I think about your dad's family who were Libyan and had to come to Israel at a time when it was not necessarily safe to stay in Libya and to find a new home. And on your mom's side, you have family members who had to flee the Shoah and who had to start an entire new life in another country, but who through it all, they stayed faithful to being Jewish. When there were many reasons why they could have easily decided that, why bother? This is a curse, not a blessing. So part of what I wish for you, Shafa, is for you to know that the symbol of this fruit that stays to the tree is a symbol of the resilience of what it means to be a Jew, and that out of that sense of tenacity, there is incredible beauty. That's number one. The second thing I want to tell you is what the rabbis say makes a beautiful etrog. Okay? It's kind of interesting. So the rabbis say if you want a really, really, really good etrog, here's what it must look like. First, it has to be built like a migdal, like a tower. That is, the upper portion is supposed to be narrow. And it's also supposed to have many blitos. It's supposed to have many, many bumps. Right? It shouldn't be smooth like a lemon. It should have wrinkles. So I want you to think about that for a minute. To be considered beautiful, you got to have a small top and a big bottom and lots of bumps and wrinkles.
So if you looked like an Etrog in American society, you'd probably be someone who your culture would be telling you need to go find a plastic surgeon, right? But think about it. If you are someone who is who's frequently bumpy and wrinkly and big-bottomed, you're probably likely to be a little bit on the elder side, right? Gravity does shift things with age, and you get the wrinkles of aging. But hopefully you get wisdom and character along with those things. And it's true that not everyone of a certain age has big bottoms and wrinkles. But it is really beautiful that what the rabbis describe as beauty is associated with aging, which reminds us that in our tradition we revere those who have experience. And we find that there is beauty in the wisdom of experience. We all know that smooth and new and young will always be alluring, and we should always revel in the gift of youth when we have it. But when we pick up the Etrog, we can reflect on an entirely different definition of beauty, one that comes from the values of resilience and of experience. And those are the values and character traits that will last throughout the generations. So I want to offer a blessing that we should all know the countercultural beauty of the Etrog in our lives this year, that we should all know what it means to be resilient, and we should all be grateful for the gifts of another year of life in which we are given the ability to grow wise. Shabbat Shalom and Moadim L'Simcha to all of you. So Sheva is going to lead us in the Musaf service, and we're going to invite you to turn back to your Sidurim. We're going to invite you to turn to page 155 for the Chatzi Kaddish, and then the Amidah for the Musaf. If you take a quick look, page 166, the Kedusha 167, and then we'll conclude at pages 170 through 178 with the insertions for both Shabbat and Sukkot. We'll ask you to rise, page 155 of your prayer book. You can page 155. I do
Yitkadav, Yitkadav, Shemei Rabbi, Be'amad Divrach Yirtei Ve'amich Malchutei V'chayechonu Yomechon Uvchayedecho Beit Yisrael Bagala Ubizman Kariv V'imeru Yehei Shmei Rabba Mevorach Le'olam Me'omaya Yitbarach V'ishtabach V'itba'ar V'itramam V'itnaseh V'itadar V'itala V'italal Shmidei Kudashah Le'ela Min Kol Birchata V'shirata Tushbechata V'nechamata V'damiram Be'alma V'yimeru.
Turn to the face of the Ark, Sheva, and we continue page 166, please.
Baruch atah Adonai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanara. Wait.
Your next page.
Oh, no, sorry, wrong page.
Got the Imahot. Elohei Sarah, Elohei
Rivka, Elohei Rachav, Elohei Leah. I lost my page. Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanara El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Koneh Hako V'Zocher Chasdei Avot U'Mevi Goel Ivnei V'Neihem L'man Shemo Be'ava Melech Ozer U'Foker U'Mashiach U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham U'Foked Sarah Atah Gibor L'Olam Adonai Mechayim Eitzim Atarav Morid hatal, mechalchel chaim bechesed, mechaye metim berachamim rabim, somech noflim verofech olim, umatir asurim, umekayem emunato lishenei afar, michamocha bal gevur, umido melach, Melech memit umechaye umatmiach neshua v'ne'eman ata l'chayot metim baruch ata Adonai mechaye hametim.
נריצך נשכסך שרפי קודש, המקדישים שמך בקודש, ככתוב ידיך וקרא זה לזה ואמר
קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, לא כל הארץ כבוד.
קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוא כל הארץ כבודו. כבודו מלא מלא עולם, חיי מקום כבודו. כבודו מלא מלא עולם, חיי מקום כבודו. כבודו מלא מלא עולם, משרת אף שואלים שואלים זה לזה, חיי מקום כבודו. משרת אף שואלים שואלים זה לזה, חיי מקום כבודו. לימותם ברוך יאמרו
ברוך כבוד אדוני.
ברוך אדוני ממקומו, ממקומו, הוא יפה ברחמים, ויחונם המייחדים שמו, ערב ובוקר, בכל יום תמיד, פעמיים יהבה, שמה אומרים.
שמע ישראל אדוני, אדוני אחד.
שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו אדוני אחד. הוא אלוהינו, אבינו, אבינו, הוא מושיענו, והוא ישמיענו ברחמיו, שנית לעיני כל חי, להיות לכם לאלוהים.
אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדיר אדירנו, אדוני אדוננו, מדיר שמך בכל הארץ. והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, באמון אחד ושמו אחד, ולזה כל שכתוב לאמור.
ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהיך ציון.
ימלוך אדוני לעולם אלוהיך ציון, לדור ודור הללויה, לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושך נקדיש, ושבתך אלוהינו מפינו ימוש לעולם ועד, כי עמך דוב וקדוש אתה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
We're going to continue privately, pages 170 through 178. The parentheses are for Shabbat, and then the insertions for Sukkot.
And then Akim Berach Adonai Mishpat Kachehu. Do you know that?
I could do that one. Baruch atah Adonai Barei Bira Gafen. Okay, so sing with Shamro. Where should I go? Ose Shalom. Ose Shalom, yeah.
We're still davening. Please continue to do so. Those of you who have concluded, can turn ahead to page 181 as we continue.
61 or 81. Which one is it?
Oh, sorry. We're doing Ose Shalom first.
Ose Shalom bimromav, hu yaseh Shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, imru, amen. Yaseh Shalom, Shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imeru.
We're turning ahead to page 181.
Yitkadav yitkadash shemei Rabba, be'alma divrach yirtei ve'amlich malchutei b'chayechonu v'yomechonu v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, b'galau b'zman kari ve'imeru. Yehei shmei Rabba mevorach, le'olam olem be'omaya yitbarach v'ishtabach v'itpa'ar v'itramam v'itnaseh v'itadar v'itala v'italel shmei dekudesha le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damiram ve'alma ve'imeru titkabal tzelot tehonu v'uatehon dechol Yisrael kodem avuhon divishmaya ve'imeru Yehei shlam araba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru Ose Shalom b'mermav hu yaseh Shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru.
Amen. We're going to invite people to rise as we ask Sharon Levin and Hagit Nussbaum to open the ark as we turn ahead to page 180.
Aleinu. Sharon, it's on the right to open. And Chagit, you'll close on the left.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol latet gedula l'yotzer breshit shelo asanu kegoyei haratzot velo samanu kemishpechot ha'adama shelo sam chelkeinu kahem vegor aleinu kechol hamonam v'anachnu korim mishtachavim umodim Lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu.
ככתוב בתורתך אדוני מלוך לעולם ועד.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
We want to invite those of you who are in the process of
Where?
mourning or observing the yard site to remain standing and turn with me to page 184 as we continue the service now with Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbi.
Amen.
Yalmad yibrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon v'yomechon. V'chayei t'chol Beit Yisrael ba'agala u'bizman kariv v'yimru. Amen. Yehei shmei Rabba mevorach v'olam omei alaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shmei d'kudisha b'rechu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechemata. Damiran v'yalma v'yimru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimru.
Amen.
We ask God to bring peace and comfort on high, to bring peace and comfort to all of you who are remembering your loved ones. Roll up. Yeah. Just a couple of announcements before we conclude. First and foremost, Mazal Tov Shefa. You brought a lot of joy to our community today, and it was a wonderful, wonderful. You were amazing, and it was great to be here with all the people who love you, or so many of the people who love you, I should say. The Dolev and Groen families are inviting us to come to a Kiddush lunch following the service in the Fishman Auditorium. So we'll look forward to welcoming many of you there. And we're going to do Kiddush and Motzi at the end of the service here, so people can go into the Fishman and feel free to begin to eat. We want to just let those who are members of the congregation know that you're welcome to come tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning for Hoshana Rabbah services. You want me to say that? Yes, sir. You can help take leaves off of willows by getting your aggressions out tomorrow during Hoshana Rabbah. It's a lot of fun. And so that'll be 9 o'clock tomorrow. Erev Shemini Atzeret services 6 o'clock. You can still eat in your sukkah tomorrow night, and that will be on Zoom only. Yizkor will be recited as part of Shemini Atzeret services on Monday morning. It's an 8 a.m. service, 8 a.m. on Shemini Atzeret. And then Erev Simchat Torah services, we invite you to come for dinner, and we will have a wonderful Torah reading by, I believe they're committed. Can I say that? Is Reuben Shapiro reading? No? All right, so some people who we thought might be reading Torah might not be reading Torah, but we have, I know we have at least a couple of pre-B'nai Mitzvah kids who have signed up to read Torah. So that will be fun. There will be ice cream. There will be pizza for dinner, so we hope we'll see you Monday night. And then we conclude this season of Chagim with Simchat Torah services on Tuesday morning, again beginning at 8 a.m. So any of the cousins coming up for Adon Olam? Let's get some cousins up on the bima. There's extra candy up there as if they didn't have enough sugar. Page 187. All right, Chef, you can lead us.
I know how to do Adon Olam. Adon Olam. Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yetzir Nivrach Li'et Nasa V'Fef Kol Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Acharei Yivatako Beyado Limloch Nora Vehu haya, vehu haver, vehu hiye betifara, vehu hiye betifara, vehu echad v'yein sheni, le'am shilo le'achbira, beli reishit, beli tachlit, adon la'oz v'hamisra, V'hamisra v'hu eli v'chai goali v'tzor chevli b'eit tzara v'hu isi v'man Menat kosi beyom ekra. Menat kosi beyom ekra. Beyadav kidruchi beit ishan me'ayira ve'imruchi geviati Adonai li velo iram Adonai li
Hello. You hold the Kiddush cup in your hand. Are you guys can go down now. You can stand if they want for Kiddush. All right, Chef is before we say Shabbat Shalom and Mazal Tov and all those other things, please rise. Chef is going to lead us in Kiddush.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lazot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lazot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. B'nei Uven b'nei Yisrael, oti leolam, oti leolam, oti leolam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et ha'ar ve'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat sha'asot et ha-Shabbat dorotam ve'ritu uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash. Amru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, asot et ha-Shabbat, ledorotam berit olam. Chaim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen. All right, and lead us in Hamotzi.
Ooh, there's challah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Amen. Mazel tov.
We need the salt.
I want a challah.
Yeah. Say please.
Please. Please.
All right.
I want to please.
Cantor?
You don't get any. I want Uncle Marlon.
Cantor, all right?
Uncle Marlon, you don't get any.
Please.
I want challah. Don't throw it, Johnny. I want this slice. Me, you want slice. I want challah.
Just say we're done. I think you have to say dismissed or something.
I want challah.
Chef, are you doing it?
We'll look forward to seeing people in the Fishman Auditorium for lunch.
You can have more challah.
Me. I have challah.
You did too. I'm sorry.
Daddy puts the candy on his
Chef up.
desk. Good job. You guys have candy in your desk.
Isn't it good challah?
I thought you were this week, Mommy, I thought you were the whole thing in Hebrew. You didn't change your mind? Frankie Podis. How you feeling? You look actually really well.
Actually, my daughter's son-in-law. What could be more joyful?
Anyway,
You can stay for lunch? Shabbat Shalom. Mazel Tov. Amazing lifting. That's one of the heaviest numbers. Yeah.
I had it small and Shuffle goes, what? You need 7.
Ava.